Hey everyone, my name is Emily, and I wanted to share with you all my experience from the Military Entrance Processing Station, also known as MEPS. Um, I've been there a few times before to take my ASVAB, and then I went to the MEPS hotel to then um, get my exam at medical the next day. It's been a minute since I got my exam because I got it a while back. Um, and I still have to get a few things done before I actually swear in to the Navy, but I'll most likely be swearing in within the next couple of months. Um, Anywho, I wanted to let you guys know my experience with the MEPS Hotel and with medical at MEPS. Um, so, the MEPS Hotel, honestly pretty chill. I went to the St. Louis, Missouri MEPS and MEPS Hotel. Um, but the MEPS Hotel is pretty chill. Literally, you either can drive yourself, um, or you can have your recruiter drop you off, either or. I think it just depends on what your recruiter wants you to do. But yeah, I got dropped off by my recruiter whenever I had to go and get my exam at medical, I believe. Um, yeah, but um, sorry, it's taking me a minute to recall. But yeah, so you literally just either drive yourself or have your recruiter drive you to the MEPS hotel and drop you off. And then you, I think you, yeah, all that I did was walked to the little, what's it called? There's like a little lounge that you can go to like, for MEPS, but it's like a military little lounge thing. Anywho, all like applicants go to that lounge and check in, and you have to like sign your name and your recruiter's name and whatever. And then in that lounge there's usually like they have like games that you can play and whatever, but um yeah. But I didn't really play any of those games. I kind of just like met with my roommate and just like chilled in my room. I've been to the MEPS hotel 2 different times. Um but yeah. Anywho, so after you check in the lounge, then you have to get a briefing, and I think you watch this video basically explaining like rules and stuff for the MEPS hotel. And then whoever's working the lounge that evening will say, which my first time I was at the MEPS hotel, I had to like come back downstairs for like another briefing at like 8 p.m. And then the second time I was at the MEPS hotel, we didn't have to do another briefing at 8 p.m. I don't think. Yeah, we didn't have to. So I think it just depends on who's working the lounge and how they want to like do the briefings. But yeah, so I'll have to go to the MEPS hotel a total of 2 more times, I believe. One time again so that I can spend the night and then swear in and sign contracts the next day. And then the next time will be when I leave for boot camp, but that's still a couple months down the road, but I'll keep you all updated on that. But yeah, so anywho, there's the lounge. You check in, you can play games there, do the briefing, you go up to your room. Whenever you check in, I can't remember where you get your room key from, if you get it from the lounge or if you get it from the front desk. Yeah, but yeah. So there's that, and then you can go up to your room, do whatever really. I honestly just like chilled in my room the whole time. Except for like if you have to go back downstairs for a briefing. Oh, and then you go back downstairs for dinner. Dinner is, I think they said like 5:30 p.m. And it goes till, don't quote me, I think it goes till like, maybe like 7 something or 8, but don't quote me on that. I just got dinner at 5:30 because I was like, whatever, might as well. And for the dinner for mine, for I can't remember what my the first time at the hotel I got, but the second time I was at the MEPS hotel, um I remember they had just like chicken strips and broccoli and mashed potatoes. I think that's what I had, and then like a water. But it was all right. It was pretty decent. Um but yeah. And then you get like this paper um saying like the rules and whatever for the MEPS hotel. And then after dinner, I kind of just like chilled in the room the rest of the night. Um, I think I went to bed at like 10 something or 11 and then woke up the next morning at 3:30. Um, and then got ready and then was downstairs by 4, which made my roommate that day were early to get downstairs. But I got downstairs at 4 a.m. and then we ate breakfast, and then this is going back to my first time that I was at the hotel because that's whenever I got my medical exam done. Anywho, and then after breakfast, you all like go and line up, and I can't remember how they do the lines because they sometimes like divide people into like what they're going to MEPS for, like if it's just like to take the ASVAB or go to medical or do both or whatever else you are going there for to like swear in or sign contracts. I'm not sure how they split up the lines because I remember there was like 2 different lines, but I can't remember what the lines were for. But yeah, so basically after breakfast you get into these lines or just one line, depends on who's working that morning and how they want to do it. And then if you drove yourself to MEPS, they'll make you go and drive your car to MEPS, and then if your recruiter dropped you off the night prior, then you'll take this shuttle bus with all the rest of the people to MEPS, which it's like a 4 or 5 minute drive, I guess. It's like a few blocks away. And then after that, you all get off the bus and then you go into the lobby and you all have to do well, then you'll stand in a bunch of lines. They had like 5 lines over on this side of the lobby, 5 lines over on that side of the lobby, and then whenever I was there, there was a lot of people that were shipping to boot camp that day. I wasn't, obviously. So I was just there. So I just had my bag from the hotel, but there were other people that had like duffel bags or like bigger backpacks that they were taking to boot camp. And so the security people are basically like, okay, we're gonna you're all subject to like an inspection or whatever through the little security machine thing. Yeah, so your bag goes through security. You can't have on any like rings, no jewelry, no nothing, no piercings. If you have a belt on, you have to take the belt off. And yeah, you can wear glasses through the machine because I do, but everything else that's like metal, you can't have. So there's that, and then you walk through the machine for security, then y'all are good. Then you go to MEPS. We had to take this elevator that went all the way upstairs, like a bunch of floors, till you get to MEPS. And then my memory's a little foggy on what happened then, but someone comes and opens the door at MEPS, and then you all go in. And I think they just had all of us put our bags in like this little locked room that you can just put your stuff in. If you have an Apple Watch, which I usually do, take that off, put your phone and stuff with your bag in the locked room. And then after that, I think where'd we go? Oh, yeah, and then you go to your liaison. So I went to the Navy liaison. You get your little sticker that you put on your shirt that says what you're there for that day. And mine just said medical. I think it said medical because, yeah, I think mine just said medical. But so you get that from your liaison. And then if you're in another branch, you obviously go to your branch's liaison, get your sticker. And then I think you line up to go to like this front desk, and you have to have your social security card and your ID. Show them that. I think you just show them your ID, really. Yeah, you show your social security to your liaison, show your ID to the front desk. And then, after that, what did we do? Yeah, you went to the front desk, you checked in, and then whoever's working the front desk is usually like, okay, follow this line down this hallway, and then from my recognition, I think it's just, there's like a red line and a blue line, and then you just follow it down, and then each line points to a different thing. Like one of the lines goes to like the testing room for the ASVAB, one of the lines goes all the way down to medical, which the testing room was on the right, all the way down the hallway, and then there was further down the hallway, medical is to the left. But that's just for my MEPS that I was at. Anywho, so you follow the line all the way down the hallway, and then you have to like wait, and then you're just like there stressing out. I was, at least. You're just like there stressing, like, okay, and you're just there and you're like, okay, and then you have to like wait till they call you. And so the ladies, it's usually mostly ladies. There's male doctors that are in the back working different like stations is what they call it, I guess. Like they're kind of just like stations because you go to a bunch of stations at medical. I'll explain it in a second. But so whenever the lady is usually like, okay, next, and then they call you up to the front desk and you're like, okay. And I think she asks you a few things like I think she asked me like what my eye color was, I think. And then maybe like, I don't know. Like she asked you like a few things, and then she just like wrote it down on your piece of paper, and then your name and whatever. And then she gave it to this other lady, and then now this is whenever it officially starts, your medical exam. So basically is the way that the process that I did. First I got my, what's it called? Blood pressure test. My blood pressure is like, I don't know, like I think I did fine. Yeah, like it was fine. Cause like just try not to stress. Cause like if you stress, it's gonna be higher, and they're gonna be like, girl, like what? But anywho, so you get your blood pressure done in the little chair, and then I got sent over to, I think, what did I do first? I think I did hearing first, and then you have to go in like this soundproof booth. It was pretty cool, actually. It was kind of, yeah, it was cool. But you go in, put the headphones on, and it's like you have to, for each beep that you hear, no matter how small or slightly that you hear it, you just click the little button or whatever, and it goes on for like a few minutes. And then once you're done, I think he just opens the door once everyone finishes their test, because there's like a few people in the sound booth at a time. I think there was like either 4 or 6 girls, and whenever I did it. And so then once it was a man that was in charge of the hearing that day. So once everyone finishes their hearing test, he like opens the door, and then you all go out, and then he writes down your scores. I did fine. I'm not sure what my score was. I can't remember. And then after that, I got sent over to vision, And then I think I had my contacts in that day, and so but now I wear my glasses to MEPS. I learned my lesson, but I had my contacts in that day, and I think they had me take them out and put them in a case, or I don't even know, but I think I had to do that because you had to like do the thing where you like cover your eye, whichever eye, and read the little letter chart like across the way, and you have to like stand at however many feet back and read the letters. And then what was it? It was like a number test that you had to do after that. Um, it was like a color like test, I think, because it was like it's like a circle, and there was like color, and then there was a number in the middle, a different color, and you just had to say what number you saw in the circle. So that one was pretty easy. Um, and yeah, but anywho, but whenever I was at medical the last time, which was a few months ago, I got like a medical inspect because I was gonna swear in that day but didn't end up swearing in that day. So whenever I go there again, I'll have to just get a little medical inspect. And for the medical inspect, pause on that medical exam. We're gonna talk about the inspect for a minute. So, because the vision reminded me. So for the medical inspect, basically all that you had to do was get your blood pressure taken, I think, and then you went to vision. And this was kind of hard for me. I don't know why, but like the lady had you put on like these glasses, and then it's like a depth perception test for the Navy. I don't know if other branches have you do it, but anywho, this test was kind of hard for me, not gonna lie. But I passed, so thank God. Um, but so you have like these circles, you have like 3 or 4 circles or something, and then she's like, which circle is coming like out at you? Which circle looks like it's coming out at you? And like for some of the lines, I just could not tell. I'm like, I don't know which circle is coming out at me. And so a few of them, she was like, try again. And I was like, okay. And then I got it right. And she was like, take your time. And I'm like, I'm in my head, I was like, I'm literally trying. Like, I don't know what you want me to do. Anywho, so you have to do that depth perception test. I passed. Thank God. And then after that, you have to get your height and weight taken, and then the lady will like write down your stuff on the paper that they have for you. And then I think that's all you have to do for your medical inspect. That's all that I had to do. And then you go back to your liaison, and then details is like to be determined after that, depending on how things go at medical. Anywho, but yeah, okay, back to the main medical exam. So after I was done with vision, this is where it gets a little blurry, but I think I got to go to this other room across the hall, and I think that's whenever girls, you just have to wear like a regular bra, not a sports bra, and then like for underwear, you just have to wear like basically just like granny panties, honestly, because that's what they want you to wear for the exam. And then you have to just you have your bra and underwear on. Once you get into that room, it's just girls, and then with guys, it's just guys, obviously. But so we all just put on these like, what are they? Gowns. It's like you're at the doctor or like getting an exam at a regular doctor. It's like those type of gowns that you put on, and then your bra and underwear is on under it. And then you have to do, oh God, and then you have to go into this other little room and do the duck walk. You can search it up online, how to do the duck walk. It's basically you just like squat down and walk, and then they make you turn around, walk back, doing the duck walk. And then they make you do like a few exercises like touch your toes, come back up, bend your knees, bring it up to your chest, things like that. It's pretty easy. And then they bring you into another room. You're obviously by yourself. And then in my room, there were like 2 doctor ladies. And then they have to check your down there for women and for men. It's literally just like a peek, and then that's it. So you're chilling. And then that was that room. And then you get to put all your clothes back on, and then go down another straight hallway. And then I think that's whenever I had to do your P test. So there's basically like two, I think, stalls. There's no door on the stall. There's a doctor lady for whenever I did it. She was just like sitting on like a windowsill, and just like she had to like make sure like each girl was like peeing in the cup and that you're not like cheating the test somehow. So basically, you have to pee in the cup. The doctor watches you. Kind of weird, kind of awkward, but like it's fine. Just like get it over with. Um, but yeah, and then for women, you bring your little cup to the window. This little like window that more workers are behind the window, and then they have to test your pee test right in front of you to see if you're pregnant or not. Yeah, and then they write down, no, you're not pregnant on your little sheet or whatever they write. And then after that, you go to a different room. And well, after that, I had to go to a different hallway, and then you have to like sit in these chairs and wait for your turn. And then that's when you're gonna do your blood test. It wasn't bad. I never really have been one to like pass out or feel weird whenever I get blood tests. Except for like a few times, but like I was chilling. So you sit in your chair, they did my left arm, you just like sit there for a few minutes, they draw your blood, and then I think they write whatever the results were on your sheet, maybe. For that. And then after that, I think that's honestly it. Oh, and then you have to go to the main room where there's like a bunch of chairs and there's like a TV in the main room. And then you have to wait your turn to do your interview with the main like doctor lady. So, and then for my interview, she told me it was a no for me that day. She was like, it's a no for me today, for me. And I was like, oh, okay. All because I had like anxiety and depression in the past, but not now. But anywho, I got my medical exam back in 2024. So it's now February 2026. And so I'm hoping to swear in either at the end of March or the start of April. So I'm hoping I'll get to sign contracts and swear in at the end of March, go to boot camp in May sometime. Yeah, but anywho, if you get denied by like the interview lady, it's honestly fine. You just have to get a waiver. I just got a waiver. Your branch of service will approve the waiver if they think you're good. They approved mine because you just have to basically like state that what you got denied for isn't going to hold you back like for future service. And so I said like, I can't remember what I said, but I wrote down a statement, and then my recruiter submitted that to the Navy, and then they approved it. So, because it's like stating, oh, like you're good, and that you don't have like any of those things anymore, and blah 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 blah. So, it's because I was on like just like basic like medication for anxiety and depression. It was honestly like 3 years ago. So, I haven't been on medication since then because I don't need it. And I don't really have either of those things anymore because it's really just about mindset, honestly. Have a positive mindset and everything is good. But yeah, so if you get denied, you get a waiver. Got my waiver, got approved. Everything is great. And so now I'm just waiting for like a few more things that I have to like get done before I swear in and sign contracts. And yeah. But that was my medical exam experience, and this video is a little longer than I thought, but that's okay. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next one.